So hey guys, in this video I've noticed some of you guys have been leaving comments about, like, I made a video talking about, microphones from the 40s and stuff having the best tonality, the best tuning even to this day. And some people, can't believe that audio hasn't improved in the past 80 or so years. And there have been small progress. Condenser microphones, dynamic microphones, they really haven't changed at all over the past, many years. Sure, there's neodymium magnet dynamic microphones now that are more sensitive, more detailed. There's, microphones that have surface mounted circuit boards and, FET instead of tube. And I mean, there have been some progresses to lower the noise floor, but the actual diaphragm condenser dynamic ribbon microphones, these technologies haven't really advanced at all. And it really comes down to frequency response tunings. It's kind of the same with headphones. Dynamic driver headphones are still king currently. They have planar magnetic, they have electrostatic headphones, they have other technologies out there. And when it comes to microphones, condenser microphones are like the, king shit. And then you have to have good, low noise components, large diaphragms, all these different things, these different components. And then it comes down to tuning, the tonality, the competency of the people making the equipment. Same with headphones. And sadly, most people are tone deaf. Sadly, most people don't know what they're hearing. And when I say tone deaf, it's basically they just don't know what they're hearing. They listen to something, they can't really identify what they're hearing. Even people who have spent years of their life trying to listen to tonalities of microphones and headphones have no idea what they're talking about. And audio is a really strange subject in that regard, because again, there's people creating things like, smartphones, that are just getting more and more powerful, more and more perfect, And in comparison, audio equipment just seems like such a simple technology that's been around forever. And it really hasn't improved when it comes to the actual tonality or coloration very much at all. Luckily, I did manage to find some really good sounding stuff. These microphones sound amazing. They're really good. So and I've always used this logic that you always have to have faith that somewhere, someplace, there are people with the same mentality as you, the same ideologies as you, that are going to produce the products that you desire, And, it's good that we have such a wide selection and variety of people that can provide, what people want. So if you disagree with me, you think the Neumann TL103s are too bright, you think the DT990s are too bright, too muddy, you think the EM6Ls are too sibilant, too harsh, or whatever, whatever the hell, you want darker treble, you want less mid bass, you can have that, But what I find really interesting and really funny is in the audio world, nobody agrees with each other. They're just all, they all have different ideologies, different perspectives. They care about different things. And there have been studies. Again, I don't respect studies because, again, at the end of the day, it comes to, what you want, not what a study wants. But there have been studies that, there's diminishing returns after certain price points. It doesn't get any better. So like a couple $100 headphones, those tend to be the most popular when it comes to sound. People prefer headphones that are massively sold for $200, around $200. These $1,000 headphones don't sound any better. But, if you buy a, multi-$1,000 computer, you expect to have higher performance and better results. But, in some technologies, you get diminishing returns and enthusiast level stuff that, not that many people are going to buy. It's almost like experimental, stuff that you would assume is going to sound really good or perform really good when it doesn't. So, again, this all comes down to, nuance and, ways of perspectives of seeing different technologies and different products. And it's very interesting, because again, like I have an INTJ personality, and I think they actually thrive in these types of communities where it's subjective. These things are based on preference targets. And if you don't have a personality that can narrow in on what you want intuitively, what do you want? What is true to you? What do you want? What are you looking for? You're just kind of mesmerized by all these different, things that are out there and, other people's opinions. You're going to get lost in the weeds and you're not going to be able to figure it out. So, I mean, even to this day, I see people arguing about audio equipment, and I'm still just happy as can be in my own little intuitive bubble, where I did my own research and I found stuff that sounds amazing to me, and I narrowed in on the best stuff and I just grinded away at it. So I have so much confidence, so much happiness with my stuff, the DT990s, the Neumann TL103s, the EM6Ls, these are the top three things. The Samsung Galaxy Buds Pros, those for sure too. Samsung Galaxy Buds Pros, I can't forget those. These things are amazing. I use these every day. I use these things all the freaking time. But I mean, this equipment was designed and made by people with the same like-mindedness as me. And when I sit in the audio community, there's so many people that disagree with me, that argue with me, but at the end of the day, I got stuff that is tuned exactly the way I want it, that performs exactly the way I want it, and I'm happy and content, I escaped the crab bucket. I don't need to listen to other people's research. I don't need to do any of that shit. All my stuff sounds the same, is tuned the same, and, it's amazing. But the main thing is, technology, audio technology, it's more about a philosophy and an ideology, a tuning preference, more than anything else. And I found that, a lot of really amazing people, a lot of amazing products agree with me. I like a lot of really mainstream popular shit. The U47, the TLM103, the Sennheiser MKH416, the Neumann TL103s, the DT990s, these are widely used, extremely popular, and I understand why, and they follow all of my rules and all of what I found to be true. So a lot of people gravitate to, particular things, the Shure SM7B, a lot of things, and I see why, I see why the masses gravitate to a lot of these things. But at the end of the day, most of these people are copying each other to play it safe, But I took the extra mile to find what I enjoy, and the confidence of it all. It's amazing. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. The main point of this video is, I people are not at the same level as me when it comes to audio. They're kind of all over the place, and I just see so many people, flailing about, having little ideas about audio, not knowing a lot of things. And, again, there's been studies that most people think most audio equipment sounds perfectly fine. A lot of people think audio quality is isolating the sound, using a dynamic microphone so you don't have all the ambient background noise, using headphones that are closed back and have ANC or whatever to isolate the sound to cancel out ambient noise around you so that you can focus on what you're listening to, even if the tonality is shit. A lot of people don't care because they're tone deaf. They don't know what they're listening to. And to them, audio quality is basically isolating the sound, getting rid of background noise so they can focus on what they're trying to listen to. And they don't actually care about tonality or audio quality in the sense of, what that actually is. But anyway, I'll see you guys later.